Nayiri Nahabedian is a member of the Glendale Unified School District Board of Education in California. She was first elected to the board in 2007. Over the years, she has been active member of the California School Board Association and the League of Women Voters. Nahabedian is the first GUSD board member to hold public office hours. She's a proud member of the Glendale Democratic Club and was an elected delegate to the California State Democratic Party Committee 43rd Assembly District. Nayiri Nahabedian is a forceful advocate for every student's opportunity to learn and succeed. Nayiri, how has your Armenian heritage shaped your life?
Well, I would say that each of us are shaped by our parents, first and foremost, our home life, and then the larger community that we live in. And I'm no exception, of course. So I grew up in Lebanon, and I went to Armenian schools. And so we learned Armenian and Arabic and English. And in 5th grade, we were introduced to French. And so the idea of speaking different languages, and we say in Armenian, kani lezukides atkan anses. So as many languages as you know, that's the number of persons you are. It translates kind of funny, but there's value in language and there's value in diversity, which is sort of the loop that has brought us here in Glendale. And part of what I saw was my parents doing things for the school or for the community. So my father would make the flowers for an event that the community center was having. And even though sometimes they complained about having to do things, or they still did it. You know, I remember my grandfather, who lived until 97, I think, 97, he would sometimes criticize me and say, why do you bother yourself with this sort of work? But the truth of it was that he was also, as a young person, very active in his community and wanted to make things better and really believed in making things better and gave of his time and energy to the group that he belonged to in Syria.
So you have his genes.
Something like that. So that's just something that we saw. We saw that even though on one hand there were complaints about why are you spending so much time doing these other things, what we saw as kids were our parents being involved and being helpful, whether or not it's church today with my father or whether or not it's community centers in the past. So that was an example that they set. And the idea that my teachers had an impact on me, the idea that we could make a difference, learning history, learning world history made a very big difference. In Boston, Massachusetts, for example, I remember Mr. Flaherty in my history class and talking to us about the civil rights, talking to us about the civil rights movement in the U.S., talking about the Black Panthers in the U.S., and talking to us about the Russian Revolution and sort of all of these pieces and how voting matters. You know, I remember on the blackboard he wrote down, these are the number of votes that the Massachusetts gave to this presidential candidate, and then he added +1. He said, and this is me voting, and that's why all of the electoral votes of Massachusetts go to this candidate. So he made it real clear to us that his one vote made it so that all of the electoral votes in Massachusetts went to this particular candidate. So over and over again, what I was able to notice is that we can make a difference, and everyone can make a difference in small ways, and things can improve and things can get better.
Your voice matters.
Absolutely. My voice matters, your voice matters, this voice of our students matter, and we need to make our attempts to make a difference. And so whether or not that's as a student in a club, right, which are things that I did as a young person, or as an adult running for public office, or working at a community center, all of these things matter.
They do, and I'm glad you brought up the involvement of the parents, because it's really important. A family that prays together stays together.
A family, whenever we do any sort of thing together, really, it makes a huge difference. I noticed that, and studies have shown this, that when parents are involved at the school site, those kids do better. Yeah. And there's evidence to support that. Now, not every parent has the time to do that because they are working full-time or they're working more than one job. And so then it's my responsibility, and it's the responsibility of all of the school board members and the teachers and the principals to make sure that we attend to the students whose parents are not on campus. Parents, they do have to make time, and I find that they're doing the best that they can. So if they're not on campus, Ashalishjan, maybe they are doing things at home to support their kids.
True.
The fact is that we have strong PTAs, parent-teacher associations in Glendale. We're very, very fortunate. And some schools have very active parents, and we have schools with less active parents. We have parents who are two-parent households where one parent is working outside the home and one parent can work inside the home and do the caretaking. And so when that opportunity is there, then the parent can be on campus. But we have to also understand that there are households where two-parent families, both parents are working 9 to 5 or 9 to 7.
Or single mothers.
Or single parents who are working outside of the home as well as coming home in the evening and working inside of the home. So yes, we want their participation, but we really need to kind of be realistic in our expectations and be able to meet them where they're at and be able to make things easy for them to participate. And so I hope that we give them the access points. So for example, back to school night, open house, these are opportunities when parents can come to campus or make appointments on their own with parents. This is one of the most important pieces that I tell parents, which is even when there's no difficulty with your child, make an appointment with the teacher to say hello, to review where your child is, and what are the things that the teacher might need from you? What is it that you might need from the teacher? And to have an initial meeting and to have a follow-up meeting at the end of the school year and to be able to have a relationship with the teacher. And that could also be done on the phone, and these days that can be done on email, etc.
As long as they're involved.
Yes, as long as they're involved, absolutely. And one of the basic things that they can be involved is to make sure that the child is doing their homework. Or sometimes in our schools, I know my brother complains about not having enough homework at Franklin Elementary. When students don't have enough homework, to really create those opportunities for them to do some things at home, to read, to go to the library.
Be creative.
Yeah, to follow up with the teacher and ask for more work. That's also something that is available to parents as well.
Դավանա իրավաբանական փորձառու գրասենյակ, ընկերությունը, որը ունի հմուտ եւ պրոֆեսիոնալ փաստաբաններ, գլխավորությամբ Մարիամ Գյուրեղյանի, պատրաստ են ձեզ ծառայել մի շարք ոլորտներում՝ ճանապարհատրանսպորտային վթարներ, Uber-ի եւ Lyft-ի հետ կապված պատահարներ, ապահովելով բարձր որակ եւ վստահություն, մենք առաջարկում ենք մեր օգնությունը։ Գործունեության 13 տարիների ընթացքում ստացվել են միլիոնավոր դոլարների փոխհատուցում իր շահ հաճախորդների։ Վստահեք մեզ, Davana Law Firm, ձեր հուսալի գործընկերը։
Scottsdale, Arizona-ի Villa Home անշարժ գործակալության փորձառու ներկայացուցիչ Էլեոնորա Գրիգորյանը առաջարկում է real estate market-ի բացառիկ հնարավորություններ։ Արիզոնա նահանգում դարձեք սեփականատեր կամ գործատեր, վճարելով անհավատալի ցածր արժեքներ։
I welcome you to Arizona. for newer and greater real estate opportunities. Զանգահարեք։
Մանրամասների համար հեռարձայնել 602 919 92 59։
Glendale High Funeral Services ժամանակը ամրացնում է վստահությունը։
Glendale High Funeral Services հաստատությունը 25 տարի շարունակ ծառայում է հայ համայնքին։ Մեր աշխատակիցները պրոֆեսիոնալ եւ հոգատար են բոլորի հետ։ Ընտրեցեք բարձր որակի ծառայություն եւ հարազատ վերաբերմունք։
Glendale High Funeral Services մեր համայնքը մեր ընտանիքն է։
Զանգահարեք 818 247 8860։
Մեր աշխարհը նույնը չէ։ Մեր հայրենիքը նույնը չէ։ Եվ վերջապես մենք ինքներս նույնը չենք։ Բայց օտար փաստաբաններ դեռ ինչ-որ բան են վաճառում ձեզ։ Մենք, ի տարբերություն նրանց, հասկանում ենք հայ մարդու այսօրվա խնդիրները եւ պատրաստ ենք միանալու ձեզ այսօր հաղթարելու օրենքի հետ կապված ձեր բոլոր խնդիրները։ Մենք, հայերով, միասին, միասնաբար։
Կենսաէներգետիկ երևույթները մարդկությանը հայտնի են անհիշելի ժամանակներից։ Կենսաէներգիան ապաքինում է ցավերն ու տկարությունները, այլընտրանքային բուժման տեսակ առանց դեղամիջոցների։ Կենսաէներգիայով մերսում, ապահով եւ առանց բարդությունների։ Այցելեք Dr. Roland Yakubovin Glendale-ի իր կենտրոնում եւ զգացեք կենսաէներգիայի արդյունավետ ազդեցությունը։ Ժամադրության համար զանգահարեք 310 359 6434 հեռախոսահամարով։ Հավելյալ տեղեկություններ կարող եք ստանալ այցելելով rolandinstitute.com կայքեջ։ What would you say is the most significant aspect of the Glendale Unified School District?
So what I would say is that the most important aspect is it's our ability to give every child an opportunity to be successful. It's our ability to lift each and every child from where they're at to really a bigger, brighter place. If we can do that and prepare them for their own future, in their aspired career, college, their life. So, and that's not a small thing, because we want to be able to create an environment where kids want to come to school or are willing to do it, where they're inspired. And I can't be so foolish to think that every student feels that way at Glendale. So we do need to continually assess ourselves to see how we can change attitudes, change perspectives, and sometimes change the environment. Sometimes we need to be more inspiring, and sometimes also we need to help students see the positives rather than sort of be really pulled down by the negatives, which are always available if you want to look for them. So it's a balancing act of really doing a true assessment of ourselves and also really trying to help students see their own potential and what is available for them in Glendale. So that uplifting and inspirational piece is important, and it happens through relationships. It happens through that one-on-one contact between the student and the teacher in the classroom. When I have had the experience myself, and I know, for example, my older niece has had an experience with more than one teacher where they have touched her. She knows that teacher loves her and cares about her well-being and is attentive to her. And that makes a big difference. So to be able to create an environment where we give students concrete opportunities, because the concrete opportunities is important. Mm-hmm. Are you getting the basics, good teaching, you've got textbook, you have a place where you can learn, you're getting the right curriculum, but in addition to that, the relationship part is very important so that they feel like there is some opening for them to be able to do more.
Nayiri, what distinguishes Glendale Unified School District from other school districts in the state of California?
Well, I can say a lot about that. I will focus on one piece right now, which is our foreign language academies. We really were the flagship on having dual language programs in the state of California. So we have 7 languages that we teach, or kids have the opportunity to learn in Glendale, from kindergarten up until the end of elementary, through middle school, and through high school. So we have a dual language program where they learn both languages at the same time, so that they have they're bicultural, bilingual. It's not just so that they can speak that language as a tourist or to their grandparents, but really to have expertise in the language and to be able to study in that language in the future at a university if they wish,
on a more professional
abroad,
level,
or professionally be able to work in that language. So we have Spanish, we have Armenian, we have Korean, we have Japanese, we have Italian, we have French, and we have German as well. So we really stand out in that, and we have hosted other districts who have come to get tours and to visit how we do it. And we're also growing and learning ourselves as our cohorts are matriculating into middle schools. You know, we have challenges ourselves in terms of how to create some of the curriculum, because it's not easily found, and how we can keep engaging our students who they were fine in elementary school when their parents told them you have to do this, but now they get to middle school and they have their own ideas about what they want to do with their elective. And so trying to keep them engaged and trying to let them know the value and the importance of staying with the language, the target language that they're learning, so that they do continue it through the middle school.
My mom is a teacher and she always says learning process never stops.
Absolutely, and we know that, and our teachers feel the same way, yes.
Let's talk about school funding. What do you think can be done? What more can be done to improve school funding?
Well, this is a very unfortunate, really unacceptable situation, the public school funding, especially in California. We can talk about the U.S. overall, and we can also talk about California versus other states. It is an absolute shame that California is 40-something, depending on the year, 42, 45, out of all the states, the lowest out of all the states in per pupil funding. And so we almost have to make a serious decision in this country about whether or not we are serious about taking responsibility as a society to educate our young people, or whether or not that can be just left to, if parents can do it, if they can send them to private schools, or if they can move to a great area, or if they can find private tutors. We have to make a decision as a country, as a nation, whether or not we still believe that we as a society are responsible, because the U.S. made a decision that we are in the past, but it's almost now, I fear that there is a group of folks who have their kids all set, they're doing fine, you know, and so the fact that the majority of kids are in public schools that aren't doing, they don't seem to be that concerned about it, and you know, from both major political parties, in terms of really getting serious about what is required to fully fund public education. In California, we have an opportunity because now the Democrats have a supermajority, and perhaps they will take this opportunity and really make sure that we do fully fund education.
We sure hope so.
We do, because otherwise, if we don't prepare our kids and really give them what they need, then we're really creating a more tiered society than we already have in this country.
So taking the position as superintendent of Glendale Unified School District has been a lifetime change for me. I've come with 34 years of experience as an educator, and I'm incredibly impressed with what I've seen in Glendale schools. I've had a chance to meet with parents, students, community members, politicians, and others who've expressed their thoughts and needs around what should happen. Even though every one of our programs that I've seen is outstanding, I do feel that our students should be globally competitive. And in order to do that, we have to expect more of ourselves and of our students. So I'm very interested in introducing STEAM and STEM in all of our schools because our workforce of the future will require deep knowledge of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. At the same time, I'm very impressed with our dual language and immersion programs, and that is part of being globally competitive. I've been in discussions with our Glendale Community College about all of our high school students graduating with a diploma and also an AA degree. They are very excited to partner with us, so I'm going to continue to solicit partnerships from all businesses and hospitals and others for internships and opportunities for our students to be college, career, and life ready all at the same time.
Մեր աշխարհը նույնը չէ, մեր հայրենիքը նույնը չէ, եւ վերջապես մենք ինքներս նույնը չենք։ Բայց օտար փաստաբաններ դեռ ինչ-որ բան են վաճառում ձեզ։ Մենք, ի տարբերություն նրանց, հասկանում ենք հայ մարդու այսօրվա խնդիրները եւ պատրաստ ենք միանալու ձեզ այսօր հաղթարելու օրենքի հետ կապված ձեր բոլոր խնդիրները։ Մենք, հայերով, միասին, միասնաբար։
I think to be a good firefighter, you have to put the needs of others before your own. I love this career more than anything in the world.
They go above and beyond the call of duty.
The people on my crew are ready to risk their lives for somebody that they've never met.
We all are willing to pay that price.
Every single one of them is a hard worker.
We train hard, we work hard. I want to be ready for any emergency that comes across.
There's definitely hard days, but we're all there for each other, and we all look out for each other.
Our doors are always open, and we can provide an exceptional service with the support of the community behind us.
Thank you all for your service. You guys are heroes.
It's an honor and privilege to serve.
Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, taking your time out of your busy day.
Just doing the job and being able to accomplish something and being able to help somebody is reward enough.
Toast to our heroes and our first responders. Cheers.
Դավանա իրավաբանական փորձառու գրասենյակ։ Ընկերությունը, որը ունի հմուտ եւ պրոֆեսիոնալ փաստաբաններ, գլխավորությամբ Մարիամ Գյուրեգյանի, պատրաստ են ձեզ ծառայել մի շարք ոլորտներում՝ ճանապարհատրանսպորտային վթարներ, Uber-ի եւ Lyft-ի հետ կապված պատահարներ։ Ապահովելով բարձր որակ եւ վստահություն, մենք առաջարկում ենք մեր օգնությունը։ Գործունեության 13 տարիների ընթացքում ստացվել են միլիոնավոր դոլարների փոխհատուցում իր շահ հաճախորդների։ Վստահեք մեզ, Davana Law Firm, ձեր հուսալի գործընկերը։
Scottsdale, Arizona-ի Villa Home անշարժ գործակալության փորձառու ներկայացուցիչ Էլեոնորա Գրիգորյանը առաջարկում է real estate market-ի բացառիկ հնարավորություններ։ Arizona նահանգում դարձեք սեփականատեր կամ գործատեր, վճարելով անհավատալի ցածր արժեքներ։
I welcome you to Arizona for newer and greater real estate opportunities. Զանգահարեք։
Մանրամասների համար հեռարձակնել 602 919 92 59։
Glendale High Funeral Services. Ժամանակը ամրացնում է վստահությունը։
Glendale High Funeral Services հաստատությունը 25 տարի շարունակ ծառայում է հայ համայնքին։ Մեր աշխատակիցները պրոֆեսիոնալ եւ հոգատար են բոլորի հետ։ Ընտրեցեք բարձր որակի ծառայություն եւ հարազատ վերաբերմունք։
Glendale High Funeral Services. Մեր համայնքը մեր ընտանիքն է։
Զանգահարեք 818 247 8860։ Գլենդելի կենտրոնում Հարվարդ եւ Մերիլենդ փողոցների անկյունում գտնվող նորաբաց My Salon գեղեցկության սրահը արդեն իսկ դարձել է ամենաոճային կանանց եւ տղամարդկանց սիրելի վայրը, որն առաջարկում է ամենօրյա, երեկոյան, տոնական եւ հարսանեկան վարսահարդարման ու դիմահարդարման յուրահատուկ ծառայություններ։ Ընդարձակ ու նրբաճաշակ սրահում գործում են անվանի եւ միջազգային ճանաչում ունեցող մասնագետներ։ My Salon խնամված եւ գրավիչ արտաքինի ձեր գրավականը։
International Families Association is a non-profit organization. Կազմակերպություն, որ տարիներ շարունակ ծառայում է ի նպաստ ցածր եկամուտ ունեցող ընտանիքների։ Յուրաքանչյուր երկուշաբթի եւ չորեքշաբթի օրերին կեսօրից հետո ժամը 2-ից 5 տրամադրվում է անվճար ուտելիք եւ այլ ապրանքներ։ Ընդունվում է ամեն տեսակի հովանավորություն։ Մանրամասների համար զանգահարել 818 770 0779 հեռախոսահամարով։
For advertising on Inside TV, please call 818-653-0199.